So this is a user-submitted deck list. This is one of our donation deck lists. They submitted a Sultai control deck, and I rethought the mana base a little bit, and I retooled some of the spells slightly based on the results from Worlds, and like what some of the blue-black control decks were playing at Worlds. But I like the idea of this deck. So people often ask me, like, when we're adding cards to decks, I always counter with the question, like, what problem are you looking to solve by adding whatever card you want to add to the deck? And I think adding Carnage Tyrant and Deathgorge Scavenger to a deck like this really, like, actively solves some of the problems that blue-black control could potentially have in the format. So I'm excited to see how this feels. Sand seems super reasonable. We got Fetid Pools on the draw here, up against Mono Red, maybe? The Beaumont Courier? No idea. Welcome to the first game with the deck that we are playing here today. Let's turn off the stop on my turn. I'm going to lead on this swamp so I can push something and then have Essence Scatter up for next turn. This is fine, it just gets a trigger. Hey, Fancy Penguin, welcome, and thanks for stopping by. We got Kari Zev. So which of these two do I want to push off a cliff here? It's kind of scary, right? Because, like, this one's going to gas them back up, but, like, this one's punching me for 3 every single turn. I think I'm probably supposed to push this one, right? Like, if I don't push this, I'm going to take 3 next turn. Yeah, I think I'm pretty obligated to just push this. And, like, I think I can grind through this Beaumont Courier long term. Island is a good draw here. It means that we're going to be able to play these untapped. Hopefully we draw another 1 or 2 drop next turn. So that way we can play this tapped land that have something to do with our mana. So far we just look like blue-black control because, well, we are base blue-black control. I don't personally have any articles that speak explicitly. Am I supposed to cycle this? How greedy is it to cycle this? Probably way too greedy. I'm just gonna pass. That's probably excessively greedy. I don't have any articles explicitly talking about free-to-play aspect because I don't free-to-play any of the games that I play. Like, the part of card games and TCGs that interest me specifically are the competitive aspect to it, and I don't want to spend, you know, a dozen or 2 dozen or however many hours it takes in any given card game, like, grinding the free-to-play aspect. It's 3 draws to find a land, but it needs to explicitly be an untapped land, and because we're playing 4 or 3 colors in this deck, a lot of our lands are fast land, which means they're not going to come into play tapped on turn 4, untapped on turn 4. So, yeah, I think I'm just supposed to do this. And then I can scatter a thing here if they have one. If they have a god, they probably want to play it. Alright, so I'm going to do this. And then am I going to draw step? Do I want to draw step this Contempt? I feel like I want to draw step this Contempt. How do we feel about that? I think it's draw step the Contempt. And the reason why you want to draw step it is it gives my opponent the most possible cards in hand. Unless they tap out here. If they tap this other red source, I'm going to kill this thing right now. Yeah, so during their draw step, they have another card in their hand here. I'm going to go ahead and Vraska's Contempt this now. Alright, they sacrifice it, so their scariest thing here is, like, land Hazoret, I guess. And they bin to Hazoret. They had Hazoret double abrade, so I guess their hand was actually pretty bad there, right? Sure. Scarab God's pretty good. Yeah, just doing this, right? Black mana to do this. Don't have a third Hazoret. Okay. Insert this if you do. We're getting pretty dead here. Down to 1 card in hand. They're going to make the Scarab God not be able to block here. Kinda sucks. Down to 5. There are links to the deck list below the stream. Highly recommend checking them out. Dead do a lot of stuff here. Do that. I think we're just supposed to make them have it there. We drew a lot of the cards that are kind of awkward in this matchup. I want this other one of these. I don't want the Carnage Tyrant or the Vraska in here. This. I would like this extra Essence Extraction. It's Deathgorge Scavenger. I think Doomfall is fine. Target opponent exiles a creature. That's a way to get rid of the big annoying one. We're going to play more Legacy. I don't know. Whenever the mood strikes me. I don't know that I'm super excited. Like, the Deathrite Shaman's kind of got me down, if we're being honest here. The Deathrite Shaman decks are really good. We're probably going to play more Vintage sometime soon, possibly tonight. No, I don't think the Bontai's here. We like the Carnage Tyrants. I guess they close quickly and they can't be... I guess this is probably fine. Yeah, I guess I don't hate that. Just trim the Gearhulks, maybe. I think if we want these, we have to trim some of these, right? Could like cut another Glimmer and do this and leave the Tyrants. And I like having a lot of threats in this matchup because like I want to just kill them, right? Like one of the things that people do against these mono red decks a lot is they just sit there and let like tread water 1-for-1ing them a lot. Actually killing your mono red opponent is worth so much. Like the fact that they can't make Tyrant not block is huge. Gearhulk on Contempt. I guess it's good on Essence Extraction too, right? Yeah, it's so... I'm not sure that I'm sold to this. And, like, this is kind of hard to cast. Maybe I'll do this. The Glimmer's not stellar. Let's do this. Let's do this. We only have 14 green sources. So, Carnage Tyrant on 6 is actually kind of ambitious in this deck. Yeah, this is fine. Serpy Boy with the emote control. Yeah, we're going to play Paupertron later. I'm going to lead on Fetid Pools here, because we probably want this Evolving Wilds to get our basic forest. No, I'd rather kill my opponent. I'd rather be spending mana to impact the board. The easiest way to die against decks like Mono Red is to spend your turn spending mana to not impact the board. It's the quickest way to get dead in matches like this. Just want to search for Azcanta. I think I do. We're just going to get that online ASAP. Whoa, they don't have a turn 2 play. Man, you know what's hot? Would you like to put the Scarab God into your graveyard? I think I would at this point, actually. This lets Fatal Push kill a 3-drop this turn, too. What a combo. What a combo. Yeah, that's why Modern blows. All the sweet cards are banned. Can't I just play the Birthing Pods? Can't we just play Birthing Pods? I don't understand. Alright, so let's crack this for the forest. Go ahead and push Pia off a cliff. Azcanta says Supreme Will. I think I'm okay drawing that. Fine. I think if they don't give me something to counter or kill here, I'm just going to go ahead and cycle the Supreme Will. Great one to counter. Survey says Drowned Catacomb. I don't really need another land at this point. Look at that. Bury one, draw one. I think so. I've got the deck list imported in the deck editor. Yeah, Birthing Pod, Splinter Twin, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Guys have like 4 mana cards that like I just want to play 4 mana cards. Like all of those cards just get dumpstered by Death Shadow anyways. So like, can you just let me play them so I can have fun? Resolves. Just like the cleanest of 1-for-1s on Chandra. There are 3 Torrential Gearhulks in our deck. I had to trim 1 to make room for Carnage Tyrants. 2, 3, 4. I would love to put a Fatal Push in my bin and flip this over. Another Evolving Wilds. I'm going to play the Evolving Wilds out. Because I can't Contempt and activate this anyway, so I might as well just play this. Yeah, honestly, Collected Company is worse for control decks than Birthing Pod. Search adds consistency to your deck. I really like Search for Azcanta. And like we don't have a ton of cards to cut. Oh god, that's a lot of Earthshakers. Am I supposed to Contempt one of these? I feel like I am. Yeah, I feel like I'm just supposed to Contempt one of these. Probably not. Affinity doesn't do anything particularly interesting or exciting, and I'm not... oh, right. Here's the deal. It's just like everything else. If someone else wants to send me money to play Affinity, I will 10 out of 10 play Affinity on someone else's dime. I do not intend to spend my own money to play Modern anytime soon. No, I don't think we're supposed to bring in Bontu's Last Reckoning. That card's, like, for the bigger decks that might have Carnage Tyrant or the things that, like, board up. See if we can find Azcanta here. That's a tilt. Bottom 2 Gearhulks. There's a lot of Modern decks that, like, sound great, and then I, like, actually start playing Modern and they no longer feel great. Essence Extraction, well that's great. So we can extract this Dorko and then Doomfall. This exiles one of their troops, right? Exile a creature they control, so they'll exile this Earthshaker. Sounds great. I mean, Pauper's a very interactive format. Like I said, there's not like a huge competitive drive to play Pauper. I'm gonna extract this now so they can't like kill it or sacrifice it or anything weird in response. Oh no! It's a sorcery! I've read this card before. This card would be way too good as an instant, right? This is fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's all gonna work out, I promise. That's fine. We're gonna activate Azcanta. We're looking for Azcanta. It's fine. I just want to draw cards. Glimmer of Genius. That one's tasty, and we get to leave up Essence Scatter. Target opponent exiles a creature he or she controls. Exile your favorite. Yeah, exactly. And, like, even if my opponent spends a removal spell, this Deathgorge Scavenger, like, then they hit the Deathgorge Scavenger with something, and they didn't hit me with it. Sure. Yeah. They still have a Braids in their deck. Deal. Deal a Reno opponent. They do have 4 damage sitting here on the table, which is a little scary. Probably gonna be pretty hard pressed to lose this game from this position. But I mean, like, are they the control deck? They deal with Gearhulk by killing me before the Gearhulk is relevant, right? Like, I feel like if they're in a position to care about a Gearhulk, they're probably losing the game anyways, right? Like, don't turn your aggro deck into a worse control deck than Mind Post board should be your goal. That's fair. The hazard aspect is fair. You get to turn dead cards into not so dead cards down the line. Love to extract your essence. I would love to try and find Azcanta. Yeah. It's fine. I love the fact that I could have 2 of these in play at the same time. I could have a flipped and an unflipped one. Because someone sent me money to play. 1, someone sent me money to play this deck list. And 2, it's sweet. And 3, almost all of the world's deck lists were, like, really boring, right? Like, there was nothing. The professionals worked on the format a lot and came to the conclusion that there was nothing interesting going on. Let's just throw it out there. Let's call a spade a spade. The best Magic players in the world spent a lot of time practicing for a tournament and came to the conclusion there was nothing interesting in the format that wasn't already found. So, as far as best decks go. Do you want to put Aether Hub in your discard pile? Yep. I would not like to transform it because this is legendary. Put that in the play. We'll pass the turn. Players can't gain life. Spring Mill counters that. Why didn't... Because I can Glimmer... Because at some point, I'm going to get sick value by getting to Glimmer and activate the land in the same turn. This is the best part of the control. This would find me a threat sooner, but, like, why do I need a threat? Why do I need a threat? Like, at some point, I'm just going to win the game. This is why control decks are great. You get to spend a majority of the game winning the game. Look at this. We've been winning the game for, like, the last 10 minutes we've been winning this game. I don't know why my opponent's still playing. It's not like they're going to time me out. They're mono red. Oh, are we going to kill this too? Oh, yeah. Look at that. He's dead. Gain 2 life. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think I have any negates left in my deck. Now we're going to Glimmer because we need an answer to this. Bottom Topsky Poo. Nope. All right, that's fine. We're going to flash back a Contempt with this. But this isn't one for winning my opponent. This is letting me generate infinite value. You're going to get run out of cards if you're trying to 1-for-1 your opponent. What you're not going to get run out of cards doing is by tapping this land to draw a card every turn. That's like the opposite of running out of cards, really. Flashback. This Vraska's Contempt. Oh, my opponent doesn't want to play Magic anymore. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, when you're low on life and you, like, need to eliminate the amount of outs your opponent could have to draw to, we did have a negate left in our deck. Look at that. I think I'm just going to submit. Yeah, for like not looking for specific answers, just gonna like hang out and draw cards, right? Is the second search worse than a negate? Maybe? I just want to kill them, Bob. I want to kill them, and none of these other cards in my board kill them. I would like to kill my opponent. Maybe this is too many threats. But, like, this, like, answers... This technically answers Hazoret. It technically answers Chandra in a way. We have 5 win cons. Yeah, man, you know what's better? It's 6 win cons. We have 10 win cons right here. This is technically got 2. The old 11 win cons. Yeah, this extra negate might be better than the third search. Might be. Chandra's pretty good. Let's do it. Especially on the draw. Huh. It's probably too slow. Guess I get to do this into one of these potentially. I might keep this. This makes it fine. Or play 1-drop. Just run no 1-drop. Stuff. Good stuff. Cheerio, mate. Okay, so we hit a Drowned Catacombs. How am I supposed to take it? It's probably just supposed to be this for a black source, right? So these come into play untapped. Yeah, because, like, we're going to get to do this on 2, and then we're going to get to do this on 3 into this on 4. Sure, that's not even very aggressive. Top of my deck. Botanical Sanctum. No, I'd like to draw that, right? So I can cast these scavengers. I can cycle this Fetid Pools if we have too many lands. This even cleans up this Unearth effect nicely, which is sweet. Only sacrifices artifacts, right? You can extract this Dorko. Basically negates this entire attack. Scary. I'd like to put Fatal Push into your bin. Not. I would like to draw that Fatal Push. Play Drowned Catacomb untapped. Play the Scavenger. Get rid of this guy. Yep. Please pass the turn. They kill this. I push the Chandra. This is really bad if they have Glory Bringer, right? Can you explain why you killed the Kenra and not the Pia? Legendary's a part of it. I also wanted to be able to... I knew I was going to be able to void their thing with this, so I wanted to... Their sequencing is awful there, and they're instantly punished for it. They plussed the Chandra first. I guess this Chandra's actually becoming kind of scary, right? We're going to start bidding kind of aggressively towards things. Anything that isn't a Vraska's Contempt at this point. I'm going to get to play this land and go Deathgorge plus a cycle this turn, which is nice. Love to put a search for Azcanta into my... There's a Contempt. That's sweet. So... We hit Contempt. I'm probably just supposed to get rid of the Chandra, right? I think I want this land at this point, since I can bin excess lands off of search. I want, in case I hit like a Torrential Gearhulk next turn. We're at 15. We're taking 4 this turn. We're taking 9 this turn. This card is the reason why this red deck was half of the world's field or a third of the world's field or whatever. Torrential Gearhulk, please. Yes, I would like to put that in my bin. Do I want to transform this? Yeah, probably. We're dead? I feel like we're dead. I feel like we're dead. This is the problem with Magic Standard format. The threats are so much better than the answers. So much better. We can gain 2 in chump. You're not wrong. Hopefully they don't have a, we're dead to removal. This card is the reason why you don't bring in Bontu's Last Reckoning. I mean, if they have a shock, they just kill this and, like, deal lethal to us. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Like, the threats have been, like, when was the last, when did the threats start being better than the answers? Courser Crew Fix and Goblin Rabble Master were a thing. This is game 3. And, like, it's not like our hand was bad, right? Like, we went Extraction into Scavenger, Fatal Push, and, like, we were really in this game until this Hazoret came down, right? Like, this is the card that, like, took our back and cracked it in half. I'm gonna take 5 here, dead to Lightning Strike. We were dead to Strike regardless, though, because they could just strike this and then hit us with the Hazoret. Even if we rip a Gearhulk at this point, we're still pretty dead, right? I mean, Fatal Push isn't even that good in Standard. Just had the Lightning Strike in hand. Sure, why not? We would have found a Contempt off of that, and then we would have drawn for the turn and found the S. Wow. Would we have actually been in this game? We'd have hit this. We'd have gotten to exile this and Essence Extract this and gained 5. And then we'd have gone to 8, and then we'd take 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, that's really close. And then, like, the following turn, we would have drawn a land and then searched into another Contempt. Yeah, we just came up a little bit short on the draw there. Well, I mean, like, yeah, Bob kind of hits the nail on the head. Like, some of these answers are good. Like, Vraska's Contempt's actually a very good card. Essence Extraction's, like, kind of a reasonable card. Fatal Push is kind of a reasonable card. But then, like, they print Scarab God and Carnage Tyrant and Bristling Hydra is just, like, the biggest offender, right? Where, like, all of these cards are just, like, the answers are, like, solid, like, B++, but, like, the answers are just, like, A+, the threats are just, like, A++, right? At any rate, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. We're hanging out, playing some Standard to kick off this evening. Later, we're going to play some Pauper as well here on Magic Online. If you're enjoying what you see, please hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. Those are both the best ways you can support my content here. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% at checkout with them on your choice of custom playmats, mouse pads, and sleeves. You could upload your own custom artwork or choose from a wide selection of artwork there on their website. And finally, SpareDeck.com offers kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. Using code Hoagland7, you can save 7% on your rentals with them. They're kind of a sweet service. Like, let's say you want to try the Sultai deck out, but you don't want to commit to buying all of the cards in it. Well, you can rent it from them and try before you buy, so to speak. I used Spare Deck a lot when I was traveling for the Open Series a ton. Ooh, okay, energy, sweet. I thought my opponent was doing something sweet for a second, and then there was a basic forest. Is this? There's this big old button under the stream says MTG decks. Click on that. Click on that. That gentle person right there. If you're on mobile, you have to tap the screen, tap my avatar that comes up under the screen, slide to the left, sacrifice a small goat, and then find the stream information section. And then you should take a quick note while you did all of that to Twitch and say, hey, Twitch, why on God's green earth did you make it so difficult to find the stream information? It's a snake, a snake. Oh, it's a snake. Well, like, and the extra frustrating part is that, like, once upon a time, it was really easy to find the information section. You literally just tapped the screen, and then there was a little information icon that came up on the screen overlay that took you right to the stream information. It was 2 steps. It was tap the picture, tap the eye, and then scroll down and find the MTG decks. Now you have to, like, tap one thing, tap another, scroll. It's this big ordeal. So I'm actually gonna, oh, you know, I'm dumb. They play Blossoming Defense. I should have killed this on my turn. I'm gonna do it in response to this Aether Hub because they get 1 less energy if I do it this way, but I should have just tapped. I knew I was killing this snake anyways. It's too cute to let them untap with it. We were, in fact, not punished. This is a no justice stream for those that are new. B-Win-Win! With the 3-month resubscription. Thank you very much. I appreciate the continued support. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I'm just going to go ahead and track this now before they have enough power to prevent it from dying. Glint-Sleeve, yep. We need to just kill this one. So that way, I'll just jam the Scarab God down their throat. This card's great. I was looking, so there originally weren't any of these in the 75, the donation deck list sub sent me, and like, people at Worlds were playing multiple copies of them in the main deck, so I put 2 in the main and a 3rd in the board, and this card's just like, it's very good. It's very good. This is kind of a close call. I think I'm just supposed to Contempt this and play this tapped land. I think I just don't want them to generate card advantage here. This is a matchup where Fatal Push is very good, BT dubs, in case anyone needed that said. Yep, links to the deck list below the stream, as always. Stream information section if you're on mobile. I'm playing this. Am I just supposed to play the Scarab God here? It turns on their removal, right? This is also notably not a combo. I'm just supposed to play the Scarab God, because if they don't have removal, it just, like, takes over the game, right? This card's so obnoxious. So anytime you untap with it, the game, like, ends immediately. Okay, good beat. And we'll come back to our hand here. I think we're at a high enough life total that we could afford for that to happen. Another cub here, maybe? Probably gonna Glimmer for land / Fatal Push next turn. Specifically, I'd like an untapped land. This too, if we don't find a Fatal Push. Definitely don't want to negate. The question is, do I want this island? I don't think I do. I think I just want to dig for push. Punished. Do this, and then pass the turn here. I take 6, 7 here, go down to 12. Opponent's deck doesn't have any traditional reach in it, which is kind of nice. I guess this is technically traditional reach. Well, see, they might just go pump here, and then, like, crack us for 8, and then have, like, 2 points of reach on the table. Yeah, I like this line from the opponent. Like, they've got a lot of pressure on the table. You might as well just, like, make me find my answers, right? Auto pass value in Gearhulk. It's pretty decent. Second Gearhulk. Okay. Yeah, we're cooking with gas. I'm probably supposed to give him one last chance to draw Blossoming Defense, right? But I kind of want to let them run into this Gearhulk here. I'm just going to pass here. They draw Blossoming Defense exactly this turn. I'm going to feel bad, but, like, I can't know that. Like, they have Blossoming Defense up. I only get one... I'm only giving them one more card to find defense here, so I think this is fine. If they don't have defense, they're just going to get completely bodied on this combat step. If they do have defense, we're probably dead. They might flashback, return, targeting. Yeah. Okay, sweet. So this means they're not going to run the Ballista in. Resolve, please resolve. Dang it, Bobby. They don't get a zombie here at least. I've got that going for us. We get to chump block this 8/8. Bottoming non-fatal push cards. So we're dead? had... I guess we could have done that. Done Gearhulk. Done Gearhulk plus. I really didn't think about that line. That's just like, that's such a worse return on investment than just like finding a fatal push. Opponent can put a counter on this, shoot this twice, crack us for 8 down to 5. Next turn, we still have the option to try Gearhulk plus Essence Extraction to kill this and buffer our life total a little bit more. Because I didn't think about it. I could have. It's just we were 20 cards into our deck without a Fatal Push, and we were getting to see 4 new cards, so the chances of not finding one of our 4 Fatal Pushes was pretty low, and it was a higher upside play to find a Fatal Push last turn than it was to Gearhulk plus Essence Extraction, this Long Tusk Cub. It was a higher risk, higher reward. Like I said, we're going to take 8 here down to 5. Oh, that's frustrating. I can do this and still have a Gearhulk up, so I'm going to cycle this just in case we find something useful. That's not what I said. I said the upside to finding a Fatal Push was higher than the payoff of... So it was a higher risk, higher reward play. We're in a better position if I'm up a Gearhulk and got to Fatal Push this Long Tusk Cub as opposed to trading a Torrential Gearhulk for it. Oh, I could have untapped land? Nah, I don't know if that's right. And now this is going to be too big to... Now this is going to be too big because it's going to get 2 counters from this. Nope. We're not just dead here unless they have a removal spell or a... No, that's not true. We'd gain... We'd be going up to 8... Oh, yeah, because this would... No, they needed this, right? If they don't have this, we were only taking 5, 6, 7, and we'd be going to 8. All right, what's the hypergeometric say? So there were 41 cards in my deck. I knew 2 of them, so there were 39. There were 4 things. I'm looking at 4 cards. I'm only 36% to find a push on that Glimmer, so yeah, that's probably a bad play.
Hmm.
So this is a Scarab God. Scarab God, my Torrential Gearhulk. Torrential Gearhulk, extract your Winding Constrictor. Go to 8. Why would I extract the Ballista? I want to gain life. Yeah, if I extract the Ballista, I'm gonna go to 2, which seems like a real bad line. No, I'm going to 8 when I Essence Extract, folks. I'm going to 8. It's fine. Yeah, this is correct. No, I'm going to 8. Essence Extraction gains us 3. It's cool. It's cool. It's A-okay. I promise everything's gonna be alright. By that, I mean we're probably dead. Oh, man. We've bottomed 4 cards at this point, so there's 4 Fatal Pushes in the 32 cards we have left. I mean, like, Snake's a pretty big threat, too. So I'm gonna go ahead and block here and block here. This seems fine. Sure. I'm going to whatever I'm going to here. This deck doesn't seem great. I guess it's fine if they have another Ballista, right? But I have this convenient Essence Scatter here. Alright, so in response to this Scry, I'm going to go ahead and return my Torrential Gearhulk to play. Yeah. And then I'm going to Glimmer. We got, what, 6 shots to find a Fatal Push now? Don't want either of those. We got plenty of threats at this point. Hey, look, a Fatal Push. Do I want to bring back this Deathgorge Scavenger? Do I get 2 Scries? Probably. It gains me 2 more life too, so Ballista's not lethal anymore. I think that's fine. Activate this, get rid of one of their Winding Constrictors. I'm pretty unlikely to want to bring that back. Bottom, top that seems fine. It'll push this dork. I'm gonna play this. Not the cards. Yeah, no, yeah, we're not letting them untap and draw a thing. We could bring back a lot of things. The world is essentially our oyster. Our really, really messed up oyster. All right, this game's over. Let's kill our opponent as quickly as possible here. How about I attack for 13, opponent? I'm also up to 2 minutes on clock almost. Classic no justice stream. Alright. What are we doing here? This seems like a bad matchup for Carnage Tyrant. I actually feel like the green cards aren't very good here, right? I feel like we kind of just want to be a blue-black control deck. Reckoning seems fine. Contempt seems fine. I think Vraska seems fine. The Essence extractions are like medium, but 2 are probably fine. I want the Doomfall. They probably have Bristling Hydra in their 75. Negate's a little medium. Feel about that. I think I like that. Nah, this is like exclusive. I'd rather have a Deathgorge Scavenger than a Kingpin. It's like 10 out of 10. Let's do this. They're good against mono red. They're good against the random graveyard decks in the format. They seem fine in the abstract. This game's a little medium. It needs a black source. Opponent mulligan though, so YOLO. There's a Pauper Challenge on Sundays. It's at noon, I believe. Matchup, do you bring in the Siphoners? The Control Mirror? They're great in the Control Mirror, just like opponent's board down on removal, and you just like board in these. You board in Dark Confidant, basically. I don't know. That's why we're trying it. The Grixis decks definitely seemed reasonable. We've played that on stream a couple of times, which if in Sultai Control try for the first time tonight, you won't know unless you try. Even things that seem good or bad on paper, a lot of the times you want to get an actual feel for it. Cubby Bear, Cubby Bear. And Phyrexian Arena that kills your opponent, also dece. This is like one negate I left in my deck, just like looking super miserable. Pretty low chance they play something I want to negate next turn, right? I think I want to just get my black source for Contempt out here ASAP. I'm not sure that Vraska solves problems that you have. I haven't played Pauper in a year or more, so I don't really have an educated or informed opinion on it. Where the Pauper that we're going to play later tonight is, what's the word I'm searching for? Oh no! Oh no, I could have negated that! Damn it, Hogland. Could have negated that. Now they're going to know we have this negate? What a tilt. Immediately punish. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Doomfall rewarded. Watch him go like land Bristling Hydra. Just want to pitch myself off a building. Lack of six. I genuinely think Carnage Tyrant is sweetened here as a way to beat Control Beers, right? Like that seems great. Like you're just think you're like a blue-black Control Beer, and like you play a Carnage Tyrant, like you're way ahead. Namichel! With the 21-month free subscription. Good evening and welcome back. Thank you for the continued support. Perfect mana every time. This is a rainbow land, right? This is a rainbow land, right? I was told this was a rainbow land. Snake, a snake, oh, it's a snake. Doomfall's like really sweet in these control mirrors, right? Because like it's in control mirrors, so, like it's a discard spell and it's a way to answer their Scarab God. Like seems pretty reasonable. Life sucks and then you die, ladies and gentlemen. Life sucks and then you die. Yep. I think if we draw Swamp here, Drowned Catacomb. Exactly what this deck needs. More 6-drops. All of the 6-drops. Yep, don't, I'm gonna get rid of this and put a threat back in. But Evs, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's Negate. Let's Negate is getting out of here. Get out of here, Negate. Nobody loves you. Yeah, a little loosey-goosey. It might be close to keepable on the play, I think. Close to keepable on the play. Hello, Declan. How are you doing? Declan Scott, listen to your mother. Perfect. Look at that. Stone cold nuts right there. It's possible this deck wants more lands. These yeah, not to rest. Good thing we have 3 cards that basically do the same thing. When we played the 28 land Grixis control deck, it was playing 8 cycle lands. We only have 4 cycle lands in Sultai colors, right? So I don't know that I want to play more than 26 with only 4 cycling lands. This lets my opponent know that we drew a land, but that's fine. These 2 come into play untapped, so I'd rather just play this now. I mean, that's fine, right? Like, they took the scatter, but, like, they took our turn 2 play, ate their turn 2 play. We just, like, didn't tap mana for it. Okay, pro tip, counter the Rogue Refiner. Card draws a card. This card's way too good, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. This is the card that's, like, actually the problem with energy decks. Hello, Declan Scott. Mom let you come on down? Down? You want to say hi to the internet? They saw your emote. Would you like to see the real thing, internet? Say hi, internet. Three Aether Hub might be a little bit too many. The submitted deck list that someone sent me actually had 4 of them in it, which was definitely too many. For those of you that are unfamiliar, I am a father of 2. This is my youngest demon. Declan is 2.5. Yeah, dude, we get it. You're loud. We get it. You're loud. I agree. Or if they existed, they wouldn't have been tiered decks, right? Okay, so do we want to Contempt for resource efficiency or Extract here? The other upside to Contempt is that my opponent doesn't know we have this Essence Extraction, so I think I'm going to Contempt, because this smells like a Pierce or a Blossoming Defense anyways, so I think I'd rather run this into that, and then next turn I can untap and Extract with 2 mana up. Yeah. I think because they left the mana up, the way they sequenced it felt like whatever I was casting was getting countered anyways, and like now, I get to go ahead and, do I want to push or extract? I think I want to extract because push kills more things down the line. This can kill a big cub. Man, you thought that was rip headphone users. That wasn't even loud. It was like medium Declan. You want to watch bots? Bots? Yep. Give a snake. Sig it a snack. Snack. Snack, 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 snack. Snack, snack. You're adorable, child. Any thoughts on the World Championship Day? Congrats to William Jensen. There's a cubby bear. I feel like they would have Spell Pierced me last time if they had it, so I'm just going to go ahead and push this now instead of playing around to Spell Pierce. Push this now. Play around drawing a Blossoming Defense. Yeah, Huey is our new world champion. For Magic the Gathering. Is $100,000 richer. So I'm just going to pass back to my turn here, because if we draw an untapped land, I want to Gearhulk this. Tilt. I might just take a 2-ball here from this, honestly. Yeah, I'm just going to take 2 from this. We're at 23. And then next turn, the Gearhulk can eat this, plus flashback a Supreme Will to Impulse. Grab a Island here. Yeah, Torrential Gearhulk's a big bully. Did anyone see that Reddit post about that shop that said you couldn't get F&M promos if you showed up with Torrential Gearhulks in your deck? Like, what kind of a salty little crybaby do you have to be to, like, have that be a rule at your store? Like, you have to be, like, this huge, huge brick of salt, right? To just, like, have that be a thing. Like, just, like, and you know what the funny thing is? Like, we all talk about how stupid things like that is. That's the behavior Wizards of the Coast encourages from their players when they do things like hiding Magic Online data. When Wizards of the Coast hides Magic Online data and tells their players that data is bad, which says net decking is bad, you encourage idiots like that to penalize people based on Magic cards they enjoy playing. If Wizards doesn't want things like that to happen, they shouldn't do idiotic things like telling people that net decks are bad and data is evil. It's really not that complicated. Kill that one. Oh man, Treasure plus Fatal Push. What a combo. What a combo. Did anyone realize we're playing a combo deck this evening? The Treasure Fatal Push combo. My opponent's still playing Magic, but they've lost the game. This is the best part about the control deck, where, like, we're both still here, but my opponent has decided they're not giving up yet. It's fine. It's fine. I promise everyone that losing that is fine. Ooh, I found a piece of candy. Found a piece of candy. Going and giving it the old college best over here. Oh, yeah. I don't know how I'm going to beat that card. Are these ones good? Anyone? Is the jury still out on these cards? I feel like the jury might be out on these ones. Why would you ban someone from playing Torrential Gearhulk in your shop? This card is glorious. It is just everything It's like a 5/6 Snapcaster Mage. When this card flashes back for Vraska's Contempt, it's literally a 5/6 Snapcaster Mage. And it's glorious, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you what. Oh, now seeing how the land tapping works on MTG Arena makes me so excited. Oh, geez. Wait, do I just have too many lands? Is that what's happening here? Did I tap one too many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I tapped the right amount, right? Why are you making me click? Okay, there we go. Sorry, it took me a while for Magic Online to figure out what I was doing there, opponent, but there's another Gearhulk coming down. Welcome to everyone that's just joining us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer. Hang out playing some Standard here right now. We're gonna play some Pauper later on, I think. Declan is so adorable. He's just like sitting on this couch behind me with like all of these blankets on him. It's like, who needs more blankets? Declan needs more blankets. 10 out of 10. Kids are great. I would love to play first. Yep, 100% of my streams end up on YouTube. You can find a link to that down in the stream information below. I break them up by deck and by format, so definitely check those out. That 7 was pretty medium minus with only one resource in it, but this 6 is pretty good. Can you donate $100 for my children? You can donate $100 and it will go to things for my children, but I can't give you a child for $100. Oh, can you donate 100 blankets? Yes. Yes, my children would use 100 blankets. My children do love gushers too. This is the 3rd match in this league. I do not want another Deathgorge Scavenger in the dark, I don't think. On Fetid Pools here. Tippity tap. Look, man, I'm just a byproduct of the world that I live in. A blanket of gushers. That sounds great. I would love a blanket of gushers. I don't know what my opponent's doing, but I am terrified. Is Metalworker Colossus still legal? That card rotated, right? I feel like I should know the answer to that, but I genuinely don't. Am I just supposed to put a threat on the table here? I feel like I'm just supposed to put my threat on the table here. I'm gonna put my threat on the table. We're playing 3 Search for Azcanta because the card is insane. The card is very, very good. Sure. Sanctum of Ugin rotated out, right, though? That was the card that really made the Colossus deck scary. This is my 3/2 for 3. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Sanctum's like the thing that gave this deck like nutty combo-esque draws. Inventor's Fair is nowhere near the same. Sure. Sure. I think I actually want this Supreme Will as a Supreme Will. To counter something down the line. We are 1-1 in this league. We lost to Mono Red after we lost the die roll. And then we beat, what do we beat? We beat Sultai Energy. The upside to impulsing with this would have been this would have hit for one more, right? When we exile a non-creature, it gets +1/+1. Got a little cold outside. Close this window. Ugh. Card's kind of sweet. Stop it. Aether Hub, Forest. Aether Hub, Forest. Aether Hub, Forest. Aether Hub, Forest, Counterspell. Aether Hub, Forest, Counterspell. Aether Hub, Forest, Counterspell. We're probably going to bring in Lost Legacy against this and name Herald of Anguish, right? Because, like, there's no way they have meaningful cards in their deck. Well, many meaningful cards outside of this. So, the idea with Carnage Tyrant is that it's a little clunky to get into play, right? Because we only have 14 green sources. But in the game, the matches where you really want Carnage Tyrant, you can afford to miss double green for a few turns. This makes a Gearhulk live at some point. Tezzeret. Yep. The Sultai Tempo deck was definitely... The Sultai Tempo deck was definitely not particularly good. Did not feel particularly good. Fatal Push. Rude. Alright, Azcanta, hopefully you will find us a... I think ult's at 7, right? Fast. Vraska is an out to kill this as well. Wait, is she? I forget if Vraska kills Planeswalkers. Kills a lot of things. Do I want to put Aether Hub in my bin? I think I do at this point, right? Although I guess I could probably Essence Extract and Fatal Push through their creatures. Okay, actually, I'm just gonna slam the Carnage Tyrant, guaranteed. I'm gonna slam the Carnage Tyrant. Big Daddy Dragon in here. They're at 9. They're at 9. This thing tramples. We're gonna play Tron Control. This thing can't be countered. Legal target for Metallic Rebuke. Oh no. Don't Ifnir Deadlands my dragon opponent. Tilt! That's not fair! He played a sweeper. Now we're dead. Super dead. Super duper dead. They can sacrifice this to draw a card. Oh, I messed up. Oh, they punted back. Wait, and they didn't draw a card? They could have crewed this in response and attacked with this. I should have let them declare attackers so they couldn't crew this in response. This is game 1. Alright, Azcanta, where art thou? Gearhulk? Love to put Botanical Sanctum into my bin. Love to draw a brick. Alright. This is Magic Online. People just do whatever they want. I don't get to worry about how much game my opponent has against mono red because I'm not playing mono red. Just get to dumpster people like me. Scarab God be decent. Torrential Gearhulk also kind of gets us back into it, right? It gets the flashback of Fatal Push plus block something. Do I want to put Vraska's Contempt in my bin? I kind of do, right? Like, that card's not helping us get it back into this game. I guess it's going to get rid of a 5/5 next turn. Can I do better than this? I feel like I could do better than a Vraska's Contempt here. Draw land. Fatal Push is about the same. Sacrifice your treasure, draw a card. Sure. If we find a Gearhulk or a Scarab God here, we might not be too poor off. Five here. Why are they sacking that? Do they need the land for something? Do they need revolt? Drop. I'm gonna go ahead and extract this. Like, gain 3. Feel a little bit bad if we draw like another extraction, I guess, but I guess I want to use my resources here. Yeah, it's a Planeswalker ultimate, man. It's a 5/5, 5/5 till the end of time. We just do that so we can keep treading water here. At some point, we'll hopefully find a Gearhulk and then get our head above water. Also, like, I'm up a minute 30 on clock here, so even though we're low, like, if I was behind on clock here, or if we, like, had a shared clock, I might concede this game for the sake of time, but we're up on clock and, like, have a small chance to win this game, so I might as well make my opponent play it out. We haven't had a Gearhulk in, like, 20-some cards. Maybe we'll find one here. We don't have a Scarab God either. And I have 9 mana. I was like, it's Scarab God and activate Scarab God in the same turn if we find it. There's Big Daddy G. Big Paparoo. Is this one not legendary? It's not legendary. Look at that. Great. They probably have removal here. I'm gonna flashback Fatal. We're getting counterspelled, maybe? Holy crap. That's... Yep. Welcome. Welcome to Thunderdome. Welcome to Thunderdome. Enjoy your stay. Siphoner seems great here, right? Negate seems good. Scattered's probably not very good. Fatal Push seems terrible. Essence Extraction seems terrible. Dexter Tyrant's probably fine. This Doomfall's probably fine. These Deathgorge Scavengers are probably fine just to pressure my opponent. How do you feel about this board, Plaid? Yeah, but like removal deals with... Removal and other counters deal with it as well. I think leaving in Scatter just for the Herald seems bad. Hello, oldest son. This is my oldest. This is Jacob. Jacob, can you tell the internet how old you are? Say, I'm 3. 3? We haven't quite got that down yet. No, your brother's watching Rescue Bots. Are there win cons narrow enough for Lost Legacy? I feel like we just would rather grind them out. I'm just gonna do this. Just like load up on threats. Like load up on cards and threats. Love to play first, thank you. Yeah, it seems fine. It's like not super exciting, but fine. Oh, your brother went upstairs? I should pay more attention. Map, sure. The old Carnage Tyrant. I'm like snapping Negate in a puzzle knot here, I think, just so I could like Get these Deathgorge Scavengers going. Let's tap Negate on that. Sure, just like get 9 creature cards into the bins for these Scavengers. Glimmer's going to be excellent if we get a 4th land. I have to target something I could choose not to remove it. Nope. That's an interesting cartridge, Calorid. Potentially. Like, maybe that's better than Evolving Wilds. It's very possible that Tune is worth exploring. It makes the Aether Hubs, it makes playing 4 Aether Hub easy. It makes the Glint-Sleeve Siphoner plan better post-board. That's fair, true. That's fair, too. It's not fixing if you don't have green, and green's the splash. Love to use this ability to get an extra point of damage in. I'm not going to commit this extra Deathgorge Scavenger to the board because we know they have Bontu's Last Reckoning in their deck. Okay, so now that they did that, if we broke on a 4th land again, I'm going to play the other Scavenger. Just so we can have pressure in play. Sure. You have a Merry Caravan. Double up this Fatal Push here. Skills, artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. I think I want to leave that in there in the event we draw Scarab God later. The 2 health doesn't seem exceedingly relevant. It's something worth considering. My gut, without actually like doing math, says that that's probably not worth it, but my gut's been wrong before. They could play Herald of Anguish here. That is certainly a standard legal Magic card. Oh no, what if he copies my Carnage Tyrant? I think my future Gearhulks are going to have more than enough targets here down the line, so I'm going to go ahead and target both of these. Make these 4/3s. Oh, it copies in crews. Huh. I wasn't thinking about crewing. I was thinking we were going to trade. Okay. Yeah, this is bad for me. I didn't think about crewing. That's the joke. I don't think I want this Glint-Sleeve Siphoner. I think I want to just hit my lands for my 6 drops, right? I mean, to be fair, we didn't get brown because of the mirror. We lost the Cultivator's Caravan. This is the card that got us. This card still seems fairly embarrassing. Like spending like a lot of resources, and like maybe if it stayed like copied until you like paid again, this would be reasonable. It'd probably be too good then, right? Like it's like 5 mana clone. Just playing Vraska here, right? Vraska runs into a counterspell, though. I'm gonna play the Carnage Tyrant. Let's play around a counterspell. This forces them to have Bontus. We could technically cast Vraska. They have Metallic Rebuke up. Well, I guess if they rebuke the Vraska, then I get to attack with this. I guess that's fair. I think Bontu's here. It's a little medium against Bontus. And like now I'm playing into a counterspell anyways. LeClaire, Randy, it's not that I don't find Pauper fun. In fact, the play patterns in Pauper seem thoroughly amusing. It's just that there aren't really, like, competitive Pauper events, which is, like, the main... Cloning is its own layer. Look at you getting all fancy with the rules and then being wrong anyways. Quick, look over there! If I use enough technical jargon, they won't notice how wrong I am. I love... You want some Cheerios? You want Cheerios? Oh, you want a different show? Okay, you want to watch Timmy? Or you want to watch Shaun the Sheep? Okay. You want to watch Shaun the Sheep? the classic 7th land Drowned Catacombs came into play tapped anyways. Oh, that was great. All right, let's plus this, and then we'll leave Negate up to protect her so we can ultimate her and then kill our opponent next turn. Supposed to attack here? Yeah. Yep. Arr. Magic doesn't have low cost formats, period. Whenever, and this, it sounds conceited to say this, but like, if you are interested in playing competitive games on a budget, you shouldn't play Magic. You should pick up something like Epic, or like a board game that has kind of competitive events. Like you could play games like Clank or Evolution or these other like board games that are well balanced competitively. Magic is an expensive luxury hobby. That's just plain and simple. Hearthstone is ridiculously expensive. If you value your time at $0 per hour, Hearthstone is cheap, sure. But like if you're like a reasonable human being that's like an adult with responsibilities, your time is worth far more than $0 per hour. At least my time is. Correct, right? Like, and like, when people talk about Magic being too expensive, it's like, have you played other, or like done other luxury hobbies? Like, I don't know, golf, or like one of my buddies was a BMX bike racer for a long time. Like, they're just dead on board, right? I guess they could have a Fatal Push here. They could go mana, kill one of these, plus Fatal Push. Yeah, just like, all of these things cost large sums of money, and like Magic is no exception to that. Ooh, good line. Good line by the opponent here. They get to clone and then smack the Vraska with the clone. But just like, if you want to, Oh, and they get to fire up this. Okay. If you want to play casual Magic, like, casual Magic's a great cheap hobby, right? But, like, trying to play Magic standard format or, like, modern or legacy, God forbid, on a budget, it's just like, go spend $100 and get 3 copies of every epic card. Go spend $40 and go buy a board game that has a lot of replayability built into it. Oh, lordy. These things make me discard, too. Man, this card's really powerful. This card's really powerful. Draw land for the turn, because that's how this goes. The mystery land. Could be anything. I mean, that's actually pretty good, right? Draw a creature you control. We have 2 menace creatures that are lethal on board for next turn, even if they deal with the Vraska now. Opponent's deck is sweet. It's probably pretty bad against the aggressive decks like someone in chat was asking about earlier, but it seems it's got some neat things going on for sure. This could be anything, even another land. Well, Tezzeret, so we played the Grixis Tezzeret, Zach Elsick's Grixis improvised deck on stream the night after, of course there's another one, the night after he top whatever'd the event with it. And it wasn't, like, particularly... Tezzeret was particularly unimpressive in the deck. The card that really kept overperforming in the deck was this Herald of Anguish. Herald of Anguish was very, very good. Man, and now they get to crew this and smack Vraska. But I mean, like... Even an MMORPG has a cost, right? Like, you have to have a computer to play a video game. Like, even, like, let's say you enjoy, you love grinding, right? Like, so, like, the grind of an MMORPG is enjoyable to you. And that's fine, like, everyone's allowed to enjoy different things. But, like, you have to have a computer still to play that. We have not quite Ghost Quarter in Standard, right? All right, what am I doing here? I get to plus this, smack them to 1, and then Gearhulk this Herald of Anguish. Gearhulk Contempt. I want to do it now before I let them untap. Yeah, and a good interconnection. Yeah, so, like, even those things, like... Again, just like, you know, stuff... Money makes the world go round. Magic is definitely more expensive than some things, but compared to a lot of things, it's not really that unreasonable. Casting Contempt with Vraska and plays a Flavor Wind, right? Alright, sweet. Hey, if you make enough money to support 2 expensive hobbies, more power to you. Like, do what you enjoy. 10 out of 10. Like, I am aware of the fact that I am very lucky that to derive a portion of my income from playing the games that I enjoy. Like, I am very grateful for that. 10 doesn't have a ton of interaction, but, like, turn 2 Glint-Sleeve Siphoner's pretty good. They mulliganed. We're pretty likely to hit land 4 on the draw. The problem is, the reason why we have so much, like, budget Magic stuff is that, like, there's a lot of people that are, like, trying to play Magic that are, like, you know, high school kids and broke college students. Like, I played casual Magic for a very, very long time. I didn't touch competitive Magic until I was in my last semester of grad school. And I worked through undergrad and grad school, so, like, I had money saved up that I could, like, travel and, like, start playing competitively before I got my first adult job. Someone sent me dollar bills, animated Mellow. As a simple whore, I will do anything for $1. And it's not that I dislike playing Pauper. Like, I love the idea of playing Pauper. I think I'm just gonna disallow this turn. Although I guess if I play this, I get to guaranteed start drawing 2 cards a turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this out post combat, I think, here. Although I guess that's worse against Bontu's Reckoning. Yeah, I'm a liar. I'm not gonna run the second one of these into a Bontu's. I think I want to guaranteed get at least a card off of this. Eating was rough. Oh, lordy. So, I remember, I'm not going to put a name to this, but this is like a level of responsibility you shouldn't be. I was at a Magic tournament, and I watched someone concede their winning in for top 8, because if they top 8'd, they were going to get sent a check in the mail, and they needed the $100 cash that day that you got for top 16. Because if you top 16, they just handed you a $100 bill at the desk at the opens way back in the day. Whereas if you top 8'd, you had to wait 2 weeks to get a check. And they needed that 100. It's like, you should probably just skip the weekend. If that's the position you're in, you should skip playing Magic that weekend. I think I'm just going to hold this Disallow up again. It's like, it's I mean, to be fair, I don't think they owned many Magic cards. Like, there's a lot of grinders they just, like, don't actually own Magic cards. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Just counter the crap out of that one. Grab another black source here. If I draw an untapped land, I'm probably just going to windmill the Scarab God, right? Alright, yep, and Glimmer actually gives me more energy for this too. Oh, I messed up! Holy crap, I can't believe I missed that. I should have Glimmered in response to this trigger so I could draw a 3rd card. Tilt, I can't believe I missed that. It means we guaranteed couldn't play the Scarab God this turn, but I think that's worth it. I'd have gotten an extra card out of this. Doomfall's a pretty clean answer to their thing. See, I'm just going to keep both of these since one of them's a land guaranteed. Go do your homework. Homework's important. You're paying for college, you should finish it. If you haven't started paying for college, you should consider if paying for college is worth it. Real life advice by Jeff Hoagland. College is expensive. As someone who has 2 advanced degrees and uses, I guess only one's a graduate degree, right? So that's the only one that qualifies as an advanced degree, you know, and uses them to play children's card games. I found another land. I think game 1, the approach matchup's probably pretty terrible, and post board we're probably pretty far ahead. Man, do I want to Doomfall them? I get to pick the card, right? Yeah, I'm going to Doomfall them. Huh. Alright, what do you got? Alright, I don't really care about Herald, right? Oh, can they play Herald plus hold Negate up? They could go 1, 2, they have 5, 6, 7, 8. They need 9 to hold Negate up. I should probably just take the Herald, right? Their deck has a lot of air in it. Yeah, I'm just going to take the threat. I think Magic Online started as standard only, and I think if MTG Arena is successful, there's no reason why Magic Online will continue to exist alongside it. I think my 3-color mana base doesn't have room for a shardless card in it. They have Negate up here. Love to draw an extra card, thank you. Bye, with a little help from my friends. Taking a land drop kind of sucks. I guess I'm gonna go... Yeah, I'm just gonna cast this so I can hold up the gate, I think. It says plenty of food, so I'm just gonna eat a random card out of their bin just in case they have something that interacts with it. Yeah, the community college I went to for the first 2 years of my undergrad, they did that. If you were in like the top 10% of your high school graduating class, they gave you free tuition. I would love to negate this. I would love you to negate my negate, and then I'll Vraska's Contempt this. I think Modern's a miserable format. I think it's a miserable format to introduce new players to it. I would not want to use Modern as the format to introduce new players to Magic. I think the people who complain that Hearthstone is all variants but love Modern need to take a good hard look in the mirror. All right, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this and then hit them to 6 and then play another Glint-Sleeve Siphoner here. Like really up the pressure on the board. Is grad school really worth it if I could just be an engineer? You should only go to grad school if it's free. No, that's the only reason. You should only go to grad school if it's free. If someone else is paying for grad school and you have the time and you're willing to put in the work, you should 100% go to grad school if it's on someone else's dollar. If your company's paying for it, or if you're willing to work as a TA or a GA or whatever they call them, then you should, Now Florida barely gives anybody too many people who are getting, so they had to raise the GPA. Yeah, so I went to grad school after I finished my undergrad for 2 reasons. One, I was 20, I was like 19 or 20, and I didn't want to get a job after finishing college. And 2, someone else offered to pay for it. So I was like, well, if I don't have to get a job now and someone else is going to pay for it, I might as well go to grad school. And Deadland's one of my siphoners here. Like it. A college degree does not automatically mean you are going to have a good paying job. If you can get a good job with your undergrad degree, you should not delay getting a job to go to grad school. There's only 3 in the board because I didn't have another cut. There could probably be a 4th in the board. The card's real good. Just like, let me tell you about Dark Confidant. We're going to play any non-card games on this channel. I've technically played non-card games in the past. This puts them to 4. Do I have enough mana to Scarab God plus activate? I don't, right? I have 5, 6, 7. Both of my degrees are in mathematics. My undergrad degree had a minor in education. I guess Carnage Tyrant's, like, makes them have the reckoning here, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I have 2 Carnage Tyrants. We've played Agar.io a bit, that's true too. Evolution's like kind of a card game. I don't know if it's very good or not, Zach. Yes. Well, it depends on where you live. 110K is like solidly above the poverty line, even in like San Francisco and like Seattle, right? But like, you know, making 110 grand a year in Seattle or like parts of California is like way different than like making 110 grand like in the middle of the cornfields where I live, right? Opponent also only has 2 minutes on the clock. That is correct. So, like, 110's, like, a living wage in the expensive parts of San Francisco. What did we play Agar during? There's probably... look for that. It's during some Hex things while we had downtime. I was streaming a bash or something, I think. Oh no. Did they just tank and kill me? This actually kills me, right? They sack 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they crew this and run it into here. No, because they can crew this and attack with it. They could also sacrifice this. Yep. Holding up Contempt doesn't do anything, right? Like, they're overkilling us by a good deal here. They could sacrifice this as well. Alright. Nope, that was game 3. This is another reason why you shouldn't play. This is why the decks like the energy decks and the Ramu map red or whatever it's called decks are very good, right? Like, well, you don't have to worry about what kind of weird crap your opponent's doing because you just kill them, right? Like, you play your Long Tusk Cub and you curve into your Rogue Refiner and you just beat them into the ground and don't care that they have this silly combo in their deck because you're just being proactive. Whereas we have to, like, bob and weave and have answers. And our answers aren't dynamic or powerful enough to threaten and, like, solve the things that our different opponents can be doing. There's no way we can keep this in the dark. No way we can keep that in the dark. It doesn't do anything. It's, like, not exciting, but it's marginally better. We're bottoming non-lands here. Yeah, 5-drop. Perfect. Just like we drew it up. Need a land. Average CMC of the hand, super low. Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy. Prophetic Prism. We're in the artifact bracket. The no wins bracket is the improvised bracket. then you haven't looked at the deck list if you think we're trying to be reactive and proactive at the same time. I would recommend looking at the deck list. It's a good time. It's a good time being informed before you open your mouth. Would you like to put... Nah, I think we'd like a Drowned Catacombs, right? Let's just, like, hit all of our land drops. I want to just hit all of our landscape poos here. Oh no, we can never win the game. Just never win. Oh, tilt. I would love to have been an Essence Scatter. Vraska's right on cue to gate. God bless, God bless. God bless, God bless, God bless. I think it might be time to play some Pauper. I think it might be time to play some Pauper. So, like, the biggest thing about the internet is, like, it makes being an asshole harder, right? Because, like, if it used to be that if you were going to say something that was just completely false and, like, off the wall, like, it wasn't easily verifiable. Now, half the time when people spew, I can just be like, I could Google that and, like, know that you're wrong because I Googled it. Vraska's Contempt, please. Yep, we're gonna bin that. Need a Contempt. Oh, life sucks and then you die. I don't even wanna try anymore. I don't even want to try. I guess we'll boarded these and board these out and give it the old college best here, bringing the Siphoners and the Negate again. Sure. Doomfall was fine. A scatter. Oh, we're waiting for this match to finish over. Just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone, wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your weekend here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer. We're hanging out playing some standard Magic the Gathering this evening. If you're enjoying what you see, please hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. Those both help support myself financially directly so I can spend more time producing content and less time doing other things to make money for the kiddos. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic online cards. You use code Hoagland to PayPal at checkout with them. You'll save 8% on all of your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including paper TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You could save 12% on their site on custom playmats, mousepads, and sleeves. You could upload your own custom artwork or choose from their wide selection of artwork on their website. And finally, SpareDeck.com, they offer kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. Let's say you want to try something like this and are worried it might be poop, so you can rent it before you spend your hard-earned dollars buying it to find out whether or not it feels good firsthand. I'm glad that you have a sense of humor about really difficult games. You have to laugh off games like that. Like, I honestly, like, when people, like, sit there and complain about variants and stuff like that and, like, unwinnable matchups, like, if you're not okay losing games like we just lost, like, you should go play chess or, like, Go or some other, like, low or no variance game. Azcanta, where are you? I would love to bid another land. All right, good beats. Drowned Catacombs comes into play untapped off of this. To hold up Scatter plus this. If they don't give us anything to do, we'll probably cycle this here. Tezzeret's Touch. Yeah. Looks like they're playing L6 Grixis deck from the open. Cheerios is the definition of everything that's wrong with Modern. It's exactly correct. No one's going to argue that Cheerios is powerful or not. It's just, like, the epitome of, like, non-interactive nonsense of, like, what Modern can be at sometimes, right? My favorite when I'm teaching is when I hand someone their paperback and they failed it, and it's just like, why did you fail me? And it's like, I didn't fail you. You failed you. You're the one that got a really poor grade because you didn't know the material. Like, I just mark the things wrong that are wrong. The only failing and passing here is decided by the student. If you don't want to lose to decks like Cheerios, you just shouldn't play Modern. Like, that's what Modern is. It's a bunch of people like I know there's a bunch of people that, like, occasionally do well with control decks, and you get to feel, like, really smart and thin when you, like, beat your opponent by, like, having Celestial Colonnade in your deck, but on average, the control decks are pretty terrible in Modern. Why did you get me? Yeah, exactly. Why did you give me that game loss? No, you got you that game loss. You're the one that messed up. Hi, Declan. I don't care what your grading scale is. If you only got half the questions right, you failed on most relevant grading scales. Tron's a great control deck. And even Tron's not that good, let's be honest. Hi, Internet. Using Dad's hand to wave. And the Jeskai deck in Modern, like, the Jeskai Tempo deck is really more of a burn deck than a control deck, right? Like, it's a controlling deck that really is reasonable because, like, most of its control cards also just, like, kill its opponents with reach. It's fine. I'm gonna Impulse with the Supreme Will. Yeah, buddy. There's our win condition. Alright, we bin one more thing here. I would love to put Blooming Marsh in my bin that flips this over, so I have the mana to cast this Gearhulk because this ramps me for some reason. Why does this ramp? Oh, they're fine. Sorceress Spyglass. Sure. Oh, this lets them turn off Azcanta, huh? That's kind of annoying. I want to negate this. I think I want to negate this. I just found Azcanta. I don't want you to take it away. Azcanta and I were like BFFs. The old statistical bell curve. I had a teacher that did that. Like, a certain percentage of the class got A's, a certain percentage got B's, C's, D's, and F's. Every class had the distribution nice and even. It's real good. Yep, Sorcerer Spyglass is exactly that. Look at hand plus Pithing Needle. I think I'm going to take a Scatter here, right? Demon's kind of annoying at this point. I already have a Contempt in my hand. Yeah, I'm just going to play this Scavenger out here so it can start applying pressure back. Fine. Use this to kill my Scavenger. Bang. Do I play this? I think so. I guess I don't have extra energy yet. It's kind of a tilt. That's pretty good. That's really good with the prisms, right? Because this brings the artifact back to their hand after it dies. I think I boarded out all my fatal pushes too. I think I just want an extra Contempt here. Well, if I exile this, they're not going to get their thing back, right? Gearhulk seems sweet. I'm... Yeah, I'm just going to attack with this. Gearhulk Contempt feels a little bit bad if they have Metallic Rebuke. It's less bad if they have Negate. I'm still going to Contempt the Prophetic Prism so they don't get to get it back and draw a card, I think. Like, I could just try and eat it, but then it goes back to their hand, so I think this is fine. Oh, these are servos. I'm so... Why didn't I block there? Because I thought these were Thopters in my head. These were Thopters in my head. Thank you very much, Pandazed, for the 15-month resubscription. I appreciate the continued support. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I'm gonna leave this back now to block these servos. I think I'm gonna wait on the Scarab God. Just want to flash in another Gearhulk here. I mean, like, it's on me for, like, being mostly illiterate here. We'd be up a point of life and they'd be down an attacker here if I was an idiot. Target 8. Get your guy. They have a negate of their own through this turn. packs it in. Going to game 3 here. Because Supreme Will flashes back later off another Gearhulk to get a card. It's pretty marginal in either direction. It seems fine. It has all my colors. It has Search on 2. Search on 2 is like pretty decent. Decent plus even. Maybe because I drew a 5th land, I should lead on the Evolving Wilds to potentially cycle this. Yeah, the Kingpin's there for the mono red decks. People at Worlds were applying it, so it seems like a good idea. Seemed like good technology. Think of it as like Deathgorge Scavenger number 5 for the aggressive matchups. Wow, that's terrifying. Holy crap, are we dead? I feel like we're dead. Huh. I just like passing here and impulsing for a Contempt? I think so. I already have lands 4 through 6, so I guess we'll do that. There's another chump blocker for this at least. Contempt, please. I'd like to bin that. Tyrant, good stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this as a chump blocker. Gifted Aetherborn's hard to cast, and it dies to... I guess this dies to a Braid and stuff too, but this guarantees gains life, which is nice. The Scavengers also has flexibility in other matchups that care about their crypt. Maybe I should have brought some of my pushes back in when we saw Tezzeret's Touch in the second game. This is kind of a tilt. I'm going to shuffle 3 of those lands back into my deck that I bottomed off the Supreme Will. Or maybe because they have cards like this too, I should have just brought in Bontu's Last Reckoning. That's probably what I should have done, is brought in Bontu's. I believe that's true, but like they've gone wide at this point. Bin, Torrential... Yeah, I think I need to at this point. My crypt doesn't really do anything. Oh, Magic Online. Why all you cards stick together? $12, which kind of buys another turn, I guess. If we see a Contempt up top next turn, we're actually going to bin it so we can Gearhulk Contempt, I think. Don't play another one. Am I dead? Basically dead. I guess if we bin a Contempt here, we're technically not dead. Has to be Contempt on top. All right, do I want to flip this? No, I don't think so. We're dead to any counter or removal. We're dead to anti. If they have things, we're not dead. If they have things, we're dead. If they don't have anything, we're technically not dead this turn. I could play around. Now there's no sensors in their deck. They're playing Zax. Metallic Rebuke's the card that's going to kill us here. Negate also gets us. Opponent. All right, and that's going to be a wrap on this layer. I don't feel like playing another match with this control deck. These control decks are pretty terrible. All right, so thoughts on this deck. I feel like the Carnage Tyrants and Deathgorge Scavengers are kind of a good idea, but at the same time, like, I added Essence Extractions and still just got, like, rolled by the mono red deck in the first round of that league, so my thing. Like, sorry about that. Jake sat on my lap and muted my thing. The Carnage Tyrant seems pretty good in a controlled mirror. But again, I feel like we probably aren't good enough against the red deck to, like, make this be worthwhile. I think you'd have to play, like, a pile of Essence Extracts. We did play the Grixis control deck again. You can find the archive on my YouTube channel. It ran into a lot of the same issues we ran into with this. I don't think you really fixed them too much. I guess it's slightly better against the red deck with that because you can play Magma Spray and Harness Lightning, but all right, at any rate, let's